Yo, what is up, PogChamps? It's your boy SMGWit, hitting you guys with a Rainbow Six Siege Shadow Legacy video. Today I'm going to be going over a lot of the new sights and some comparisons between the sights. So right now, I'm going to be starting up with, first I'm going to be showing off some of this new drone things you can do with the drone as of the update. So when you go in, there's the new smart ping system. So I come up with this camera right here, for example. I ping it and it shows me the camera, right? But also, if I just ping the wall, it shows the number 1. So on your team, I'm number 1. So like if you listed, you had all 5 players, right? You may have number 3 here, number 2. It's not necessarily in order because the leaderboard obviously has the most kills. But everyone will have different numbers, so you'll know who's pinging what, and you'll know where everyone's drone is. But also, the smart ping system works on other things as well. So if you see gadget here, I can ping. I can't ping that, but I can ping any other gadgets. There's a gadget I can see. Please place anything. Maybe not. I don't need a gadget down. Anyways, so first of all, the new operator uses the 5.7 USG Ash's pistol, or one of Ash's pistols, and it's preset to a suppressor. That's the only. You can't take it off. You can't change anything about it. But then also his gun is the SC3000K. It's an assault rifle with 26 bullets, doing 45 damage a shot, making it a crazy broken gun in a lot of ways. With a new holographic sight as well. So this is one of the main topics of the video, is the holographic sight. But also, this gadget is also important. So I see the guy there, right? For example, say I didn't reach him quite yet. I'm right here, okay? I can shoot this camera, right? And with this camera, what I can do is I can see this angle right here. So he's right there waiting on me. I know he's waiting on me. I can check him around. I can take my thing. I can shoot him and deal a 5 damage shot, but only 1 shot. So I go back, I'll show you guys again. If I go back to the camera, out of lasers, you can see in the bottom right. Then if I shoot another one, for example, like over there, it burrows itself into this wall, allowing me to see into sight. And if I press space, I can see everything that's in this hallway right here. So say he tries to walk back into sight. Walks back into sight, I catch him not only walking into the sight, but I also catch him when he's in the sight. Once again, I can waste my 5 damage shot if there's no gadgets around. And so yeah, this makes this operator really broken because intel is so important in Siege, and this guy provides so much of it. So like, one last time, go ahead and scan there, and see this, he's now putting down his mute jammer. So I can go in and I can shoot it with this. And then, let's take a peek at the new holographic sights. As you can see, it's a bit blockier, but it's also shorter. The actual height of the scope is shorter, therefore making it a bit of a whole different concept, honestly. So this, compared to the old holographic is maybe a bit slimmer and taller, and doesn't have quite a blocky bottom, allowing for a much different gameplay usage, but it also has the circular full circle reticle as opposed to the line and dot line setup that we have that you see here. I'm gonna be also going wine cellar. Compare this to the old holographic real quick. Make sure I have it all set up on Valk. Yeah. Oh no, not you. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, anyways, the old holographic, as you're about to see, is it's gonna still be available for certain operators and certain things, etc., etc. Right there, you can see it's a bit taller. It is a bit less maybe blocky at the bottom. There's just the circle. There's no lines or anything. So there's a bit of a contrast here. And I'm playing Valk also to show you guys that the guy that I was just playing, Sam Fisher, resembles Valk a lot, but he's just the Valk of offense. Seeing as they're both Intel based and they're both honestly can be very game breaking, but I just don't see how Siege can make Sam Fisher be as even and easy to play as other operators, make it all fair. But whatever the case, he's kind of the offensive Valkyrie, and that also means that Valkyrie now has, like, play Ash Jaeger mains. Now there's Sam Fisher Valkyrie mains. So he's coming in there. This new holographic though. Come back and hold this angle. Waiting on him to come into sight. So he's in sight, right? So he's not for the. So look, this new holographic. If he stops, and I lock this side onto his head, you see the whole circle and everything. But if I get longer range with it, so if he moves to his right a little bit, maybe, I can see him through the shield. This lines up on his head, but at really long range, this can get kind of hard to see through the sight. Whereas the other line setup can be much easier to see through, seeing as there's just lines and there's not a big circle, making a very difficult long range sight with this holographic as opposed to the other holographic, which is a bit more open and easier to see through. So it's kind of to each their own, but obviously they're not both available on every operator. So like for example, this one's taller and less blocky, but I feel like longer range, you guys, the better bet would be to use the new holographic as opposed to the old holographic for range. But really, it's just going to be whichever you guys prefer. Ooh, wrong spawn. Seeing as we're going to go wine cellar again. And this time I'm going to try to show you guys the longer range. So for example, if he's standing in garage, the most popular place to breach from, in there, and I go into wine cellar kind of, you guys can see the difference in the long range as opposed to like what you guys just saw from that demonstration there, how his head kind of fills up the sight and it can kind of blend in with what's behind you and make things difficult to see. But with the new one, what I'm about to be doing is I'm going to try to get as long range as possible. So if he throws his mine down, right, I can actually ping that mine and show everyone where they are. It gives away who they're playing. I can ping cameras. I can ping this mine so I know exactly where they are. And my whole team knows exactly where all these mines are. It kind of changes the whole way. There's this very like intel and attacker based update. The defense is getting kind of a nerf in some ways, like with Doc's ACOG going away and such. But the attack is just nothing but good things that happen with all these buffs and all these new hard breaches. If you guys didn't know, Nook, Ying, and Capitao all will now have a hard breach secondary gadget. Major change to the game. So what I'm going to do here is show you guys another aspect of his gadget. Let's see, where should I go from actually? You know what, I'll go right above OBJ about right here. Shoot that gadget down. I can see everything above me, like where I'm standing obviously. But then if I... Oh no, it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me here. Anyways. What I can do is I can see what's underneath me and also above me. So I see the L is right there. You can shoot that in, say if there was no one standing there. A more like realistic angle besides this camera would be if I were to shoot it about right there, and I'll show you guys this angle as well. It gives you a fair angle on the sight. But potentially the best thing is if you guys can get one maybe back up in here, good, in a good spot, and then you kind of can get your visual on the whole sight, but this whole board right here blocks them from shooting it. So that's my other one, right? It was right there. That's much easier to shoot than this one where it's kind of hidden and tucked away back here. So I'm going to go ahead and peek in, destroy these gadgets. These gadgets from a range, you know, no big deal. Well, it's same old, same old. But say he's in garage, right? If he's here in garage, and say I'm going to run around him real quick just for the sake of the demonstration through every Gears Online in this place. Long range through this little rotate hole he's made here. If he sits in front of the rotate hole, I can see him without it getting crowded as well. So I mean, I can get that easy penetration headshot right there, because nothing gets jumbled up. It's just a simple dot line setup, as opposed to the big circle with the line sticking out of the edge, the 4 lines sticking out of the edge, and the dot in the middle. Things don't get jumbled as much, making a fully different way to play the game, honestly, with these new sights. Next up, though, I'll be showing you guys Doc's newest ACOG, in a sense. I call it the baby cog or the mini cog. And I actually released a whole video on this ACOG, on this new ACOG kind of setup with Doc, if you guys want to check that out as well. But basically, what you see here from Doc, this is what you're working with. I know some people like it more, some people like it less. It's really personal preference on this thing. I don't know what you guys think about this, honestly. It's just different, honestly. So this is a 1.5x zoom, and the ACOG Doc is used to is a 2.5x, so it's very different, obviously. And so We're gonna test out the range of this. He's gonna make a few holes. He's gonna come in and he's gonna stand right on top of that objective, and I'm gonna show you guys from a decent range about what a 1.5x looks like as opposed to the traditional 2.5x. So this is a decent range. This is not a spawn peeking range, obviously. I'm just gonna open this up really big. Perfect visual on what you're working with here. So if you stand right next to the bomb itself, just wait for it. So okay, he's here. He's here. And if he tries to peek into garage from there, we saw him. Look, this is what you're working with from this range. Right? So it's not honestly that bad. It's a bit different. It's less of like the sniper scope design you guys are used to. And so it closer range sight, which works well for close range combat, which I'm about to show you guys a little bit of what I mean with all that. But like, since that gun, that is a better gun for close range combat, and it's kind of a more versatile sight than we're used to with Doc, especially for all the people that play Doc long range. But next I'll be showing you guys Susskwibe with her 3x sight now. This is more than Doc's previous ACOG, as you guys know, I'm sure. This is Susskwibe with a 3 times scope, whereas the ACOG was 2.5. So it'll be breaching the same sight. And we're just gonna see how this is gonna work. 'Cause this is some semi-close range sights on this one specific example, this one specific place. So you guys kind of get the full range of, like, you guys can see how they all react in the same, like, controlled area. So we got an Ella and OBJ the same spot, obviously. But look, so there's not that much of an open space, right? Like if you open this wall, for example, you have an open shot into back here or something, behind crates. Maybe if you came in from here, or if there's someone peeking from right there, and you were out the garage door, maybe, you know, you might have something. But in actuality, this is not the most open range area, which is the purpose of why I was showing the holographic here. But then I was thinking when I was kind of playing all this, I was like, well, if I use the 3x sight in the same area, they can see how extreme the 3x is. So that's it. That's what you're working with. It's mainly meant for things kind of like this. You know, somebody spawn peeking up there. Work out your little angle here. Kind of wait for their face, and then right there. And it makes Susskwibe, I mean, not that she was ever the most aggressive op, but it makes Susskwibe even less aggressive than she has been previously. Especially if you're using the DMR with this sight. But I know a lot of people like this sight and its utility as making Susskwibe kind of another sniper op. So you have 3 sniping operators. So from here though, see, that's not manageable. So if this Ella turns around, right? So Ella turns around, so she sees me, right? She starts coming towards me. She's kind of getting in a close range engagement because she has the SMG, the Scorpion. Me at this range, like right now, it looks good, but if she comes at me, it becomes a no fight for me basically because I've got a sniper. I'm holding a sniper, and her ADS speed is not terrible considering the gun she has, but it makes this CZ much more reliable and much more useful now as it has been previously. Because I mean, this becomes a no scope. See that reticle directly on her head. Hit her once, not even as a headshot, just a hitter, period. So when you call phones, here's what you're looking for in a close range fight. She goes to switch off her phone, quickly get your shot in. That's how you would use this new 3x scope in close range. You call, so you get a visual on your targets maybe or something, running around, whatever. You call, quickly get your shot. Or if you have enough skill to, abilities, you go ahead and get that snipe before you even make that call. So you're ready to snipe and you're there. But anyways, so that shows you guys the new 3x, and then with Rook though, Rook didn't get as big of a nerf as Doc. He has the 2x's still, which still, like I said, is not his old, 2.5 ACOG that you know and love, right? But he still has this bigger, longer range sight. So I'm going to be holding the same angle. The opponent's going to come in at the same angle as he did when he was playing Lion. And I'm going to be holding the same angle and show you guys how much closer it is with Rook, which makes Rook be an operator that's going to get picked much more. as opposed to Doc, making Doc not like your only option for spawn peeking. So now there's availability almost as Rook to be the primary spawn peeker now in this game, which is I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I mean, I've been a bit of a Doc man in the past with the ACOG and such, but I really like the Orcs' MP5 with the holographic. With the holographic. So it's kind of going to be just kind of a whole process, I guess, getting used to whatever it's going to be. And I think, though, in the long run, I'm going to still play Doc when I play Rook, just all around. I prefer the gadget more. I think it's not only more useful to myself, but just to my team. And honestly, my thing with this is when you ADS here, you have the you guys see up left there, you have your little gear changing thing, or for your distance and such and such, sniper terms, etc. And I feel like that really limits you guys in close range. Gun's already limited in close range. It's gonna make it even worse. And I feel like what I'm seeing here. So when he comes in and looks over the bomb, right, towards me, what I'm seeing here is not really truly better than what I was seeing with Doc, right? It's not better enough, I feel like, for a worse gadget and to have that massive bulge on the top left. But I feel like it also can make him a more useful spawn peeker, just in some people's eyes, because they like the traditional, like, crosshair of the T shape, you know, that you kind of somewhat maybe missed from the ACOG, etc., etc. And it just the shaping of it works a little better to some people's eyes, which I think is totally fine and totally cool, whatever. I'd also like you guys to see the attacking 1.5x, which is similar to Doc's, but just a little different because it's the attacking side. It's excuse me, it's Zero's 1.5x, not Doc's 1.5x. It's just different sides of the ball in a sense. So what you're actually seeing in the sight is the exact same basically, but the main difference is what's around the sight. So for example, Doc's is pretty similar, like pretty simple. You basically just have your tube, your little sight in it. But as you guys are about to see in a couple seconds here, Zero's is a bit more advanced in a sense, and it allows for less visual, or it does not allow as much visual around the actual site, so it might be better. It might be worse for close range contact, so it might be better to use the holographic if you're going to be in close range engagements and maps, etc., etc. So with Warden opening all these holes, I'm going to have ample peek holes to maybe get some range fire. But look here, as you guys can see, it has, if you see down left, there's a big kind of adjustment there, and the bolt of the gun is both sticking out in the way, kind of what you're trying to look at. So it's not maybe the biggest problem in the world, but it's just a bit of added difference between the two. But like I said, what you're actually seeing, the sight itself is fairly similar. So it doesn't make that big of a difference, but it's around. Also, you guys gotta remember the biggest appeal of Zero, though, besides the crazy gun, besides the crazy new sights, is this gadget right here that's staring Warden in the eyes. Missed my shot there, so he's about to take that. But regardless, that gadget right there, I can barrel it. If I stick it in that wall right there, I can flip it around like I was showing you guys, shoot my own self in the face with it. Whatever I gotta do, Warden can break it just with a single fire gun though, so it's not like Maestro or anything. It's not like crazy broken. And this right here, this is what I meant to do earlier, but it just kind of glitched out, wouldn't let me go under. But now the button directly below, so I can scan this Warden right here, and I can also flip it around and make sure and see what else going up there. Make sure it's clear, maybe for a fuse to place a charge, etc., etc. You know, whatever's going on upstairs that I need to watch out for. But also, something to notice, it does not actually breach a hole in the wall. So, like, that's a hole in the wall, obviously. But this thing does not push its way all the way through the wall. So, anyways, this Warden's gonna go and get behind the crates in the in-between room, in between garage and this room here, in between garage and wine cellar, I think. Is he going to? He's gonna sit behind the crates in there. and stick his little head out, and we're going to see the range. Let me open this up. His head out, right? I'm way back here. If I can even get an angle from here. This is what I'm seeing, right? I'm way down here. He can barely see me. But I got that tiny little angle right there. That's that one little pixel angle right there. Tight, right? But that's what you're seeing with this sight. It's not... That's why I say with Doc, I might use him as my spawn peak. Because I can't even see Warden in my reticle. That's how tight that little angle is. So it just goes to show that maybe the zoom isn't that big a deal. Maybe picking Warden over Doc isn't going to be that much of a thing. But I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of just all around personal opinion. So also, another major thing with Echo's sights. Notice anything? The same ordeal kind of here is going on. So I guess I could try Echo with the new sight and show it to you guys and just see what you guys think. I'm going to be holding the same angle I just held, so the attacker will be behind the crates again, and I'll be all the way out in the garage. And we'll be doing the exact same thing that I just did. Oh wait, I don't know if I brought the impact, so I'll have to shoot it open. So anyways guys, this is going to be the last sight I analyzed this video right here and show you guys. So it's going to be how Echo reacts to the new nerfs he's had and the changes that have been made to him. So obviously Echo, like, there are no proper, like, old regular ACOGs on defense anymore. Which, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I personally, I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of a thing. I don't totally get it. But at the same time, everyone says it's a defense-based game, and it really is. So this adds a bit of flair and a bit of opportunity to make it a more offensive-based game, but either way. So that's the shot right there that you want to hit, or if you can get down right here and hit it as well, right about, ooh, it's tight right there. No, that won't move. But anyway, so you're going to be hitting this really long, really tight, really precise shot, whatever the case may be, and you can get up here and do it, but this isn't always as safe. So just right through there. That's a shot you want to hit. But like I said, guys, the 1.5 ACOG, mini cog, baby cog, whatever you want to call it, it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. But I know I personally even just have some friends who just absolutely despise everything about it. Got a Maverick. Hey Maverick, you can just follow my yokai, I'll lead you. He goes in there, sits behind the crate, right? Say so I'm back here, chilling and hit back here. Check my yokai. Right, I notice where he is. Say, better yet even, I've got a yokai like this door frame, whatever. Well, that was bad. I have a yokai like right in here, so I see where he is, right? I know exactly where he is. Also, drone's ping, obviously. So I'm ready, right? He's got his, I see his head sticking out potentially. There he is down there. I'm sliding, get my tight angle out. So there it is. There he is. That's what you guys will see from this range. I can keep backing it up and keep seeing it from this as I get deeper and deeper and deeper. But in the end, guys, that's basically it. Defense has no more ACOGs on defense, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and like learned a little something, you know, made some new opinions on how you see the new sights and who you're gonna pick to be your new spawn peaker. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day. About to get one because I'm gonna go AFK. You don't like getting